FighterZ is no secret when it comes to what could be considered broken characters. Whether or not you want to talk about Android 16 on the game's release or GT Goku for the entirety of Season 2, we all can agree that a lot of characters in Dragon Ball FighterZ are broken. But what if I told you there was a character that was so fundamentally broken, he didn't even function properly? And obviously that character is Jiren. Jiren is a character in this game that has a counter that only blocks projectiles, which is called the counter impact. So you might be wondering, how does that particular thing function? Okay, that's right, it doesn't. Jiren is the only character in the entire game that can be hard punished for a hard read. If you have a level 3 super, you can literally just let it rock and it will hit him and do tons of damage. What if you don't have 3 bars? In fact, scratch that. What if you don't even have meter in general? That means you'll definitely get hit by Jiren's counter, right? Absolutely not, because anything in a character's moveset can counter it, from a DP to just Vegito kicking Jiren while he's down because he thinks it's fucking funny. However, this is under the assumption that they even do a projectile in the first place. If they don't do a projectile, you can get hard punished for anything they feel like, including a combo that can lead to your death. The weirdest thing is that other characters in the game don't have this problem when it comes to their counters. Vegito just is completely invincible, meaning that if a character does a projectile and tries to follow it up with another move, he just counters it. And even if you do think a character is going to go for a projectile move, there's also a really good chance that they don't, and that just means you get fucking hard punished for no fault of your own. The thing is that Jiren's problem with this counter is mutually exclusive. Janemba has an only projectile counter, but that completely makes Janemba invincible, meaning that it's literally impossible to hit Janemba during it. The only defense I've ever seen for Jiren's projectile counter is that it's hard to react to. This can be easily disproven as well. I'm going to Ki Blast with Broly, and that's how long you have to react. Yeah, that's almost a second and a half. That's a pretty long time to react to a move that you can punish with level 3 for hard reading you. However, even though the projectile counter is virtually useless, it's still not his worst move. This is Jiren's melee counter. It covers both medium attacks, overhead attacks, and lows. The problem with that is the medium version of that exact same counter only counts lows, meaning that if you use that inferior version of the attack, you will not be able to block mediums or highs. If opponent does like a roll heavy, you're just dead. This means if you use Jiren's medium counter, your opponent can touch of death you with certain characters. Your opponent does a 2H into Sparking Glass and you're just fucking dead. Like, there's nothing you can do. Good job, you fucked yourself. Like, why would you ever use that move? It is the worst move in the entirety of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and nothing even comes close, because it literally is outdone by its light counter, which is even faster than the medium one anyway. Now let's talk about Jiren's command grab. It comes out in a speedy 28 frames. Not only is it incredibly slow, but also extremely predictable and gets beaten out by Broly's command grab, which has armor on it and is also faster. This wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't also his 5H, which means he doesn't have normal heavy. Another problem with Jiren is that he only has one low attack and all of the endings for his combos are unsafe, meaning that once your combo is over, your enemy can just press the X button and fuck you over. This one does kinda have a happy ending though, because if you are able to open your opponent, some of the combos that you can do have some pretty good damage, and Jiren is a character that's good at staggering, so being able to bait your opponent into doing stupid things is pretty much his entire gameplay style. Jiren, in my honest humble opinion, is the absolute worst character in FighterZ history. There is not a single character who is more outdated, underutilized, and straight up unfinished than this man. And for some reason, all of these problems that I've mentioned throughout this video were still in Season 2. Season 3 came around, and nothing was fixed. The only thing that they gave him was some better mix-up potential, but it's still not even that great. They fixed what didn't needed fixing right away. They kept what was broken, for some unforgivable reason, and there is no reason to play Jiren in the current build of Dragon Ball FighterZ. I am done.